We got the God tier, JC, representing on Light Skin Television.
Time in this bitch. Repping for the light skin niggas today. You
know it. You know it. We out here in Orlando. Got a little disappointing news that the app event, Smack URL app event, is canceled due to the complications behind the so-called coronavirus.
The so-called coronavirus.
Yeah, no. You got thoughts on that, my brother?
I think niggas need to. If niggas really cared this much about their health. Niggas wouldn't even been getting sick in the first place.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you see people come out their house looking so fucked up with a bottle of Purell. Wash their hands. Like, come on, man. You didn't even bathe today.
Right.
I don't want the coronavirus. Listen, it's flu season. It's time for it. People gonna get sick. Bug is out. People gonna get the little virus. It's gonna run its course. It's gonna be gone in a
normal shit.
And niggas gonna be right back to it. Honestly, I think niggas overreacting. And of course, the citizens, the world, they only do what they train to do. So they have to move off of a response.
Right.
So don't nobody take it serious. And then sports get canceled and stores get closed. So now everybody really thinking something. Man, I'm talking about when I say the flu did twice as much damage as this coronavirus every year. It does. Every year. And nobody reports.
Less publicized. Go take the flu shot, which is a setup to get a common cold for a year.
So here I am.
Well, that's where we at.
Coronavirus ain't stuff. Look, we had like 1,000 niggas in Atlanta 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like 1,000 niggas.
Same situation, same virus.
Not one walked out with the coronavirus. And when we was in Atlanta was the biggest case in the country.
Right.
At the most cases for coronavirus, nobody walked out with the virus. Nobody.
I live there right now. I work, you know what I mean, in Atlanta, live in Atlanta. We come to work every day, bro.
And like people just overreact. I'm not saying you can't get sick. Everybody getting sick. It's flu season. But let's not act like coronavirus is any more deadly than influenza.
Right.
That's been killing people for years the same way. Nobody's overreacting. I didn't see masks every March, I don't see people wearing masks every year. But media get to scaring niggas.
Its effect on events.
Now we can't battle.
Exactly. Its effect on these battle rap events. I mean, what's your view on that? How you see that?
Well, I don't like it. It was definitely out of our control. Venue wasn't opening the doors to us. Even with no crowds and minimal attendance, it still was outside of their guidelines for gathering, so we couldn't pull up. Like you would think it's just dead bodies in the street, sores all over them and shit. Like
movie
the way
type
people
shit.
is acting, you would think it's just the end of the world is today, March 15th.
Disrespecting battle rap, is it getting? Are there guidelines? Are the rules? Is the stepping over the line?
There are rules. There are guidelines. A lot of people, I think you shouldn't say anything in a battle you wouldn't say personally. Don't do anything in a battle for shock value.
I rarely see you go there.
I wouldn't. And it's simply because I hold my personal life so dear. So it's like, if I'm gonna separate myself and come in and entertain y'all for this battle rap, leave my personal life out of it. I've left my personal life out of it to sacrifice so I can come perform for y'all. Don't do me no injustice by bringing my family into this, because now that's sending niggas on some other shit.
Exactly.
So I don't go there. Respectfully, I would appreciate it. Certain niggas go there and they play within the lines. Certain niggas walk the lines real tight. They walk that line real tight. But for the most part, I think it all needs to be done within respect for the culture, respect for who the person is. You don't want to come out and, that one line you had in that battle is why you not cool with such and such.
Exactly.
It should never go that far. So I think we're aware of it. We know them. We know what we shouldn't say. We know when we wrote this line that it's gonna shake the room and possibly start a fight, and he might we know what we're doing. I just think as adults we need to be more conscious of it. You know what I mean?
True.
Because the situations that we think is entertainment and is fun on TV or YouTube, a lot of times, more often than not, in real life, where most of us is from, those spawn into situations that we don't really like.
Yeah, and that sometimes happens.
So, you know, it's a lot of situations I've seen in battle rap that I've seen play out on the street 100% different.
That's crazy.
So, nah, you know, you don't take that. You don't take that route. And even if you're ready for the outcome, it just don't need to go there.
Right.
You know, I got a hammer on me. I'm about to talk shit about his mama and his daughter, and if they ready and if they willing, I'm dropping. I'm gonna pop everybody.
Right.
Wow, if that's the mentality. Don't battle rap. We entertaining other people. This ain't got nothing to do. I mean, it got a lot to do with us, but the reason why it is what it is has nothing to do with us. So we gotta absolutely show our gratitude to the people who's holding us up on that pedestal.
I like how you said that. Yeah.
You know, we gotta show our gratitude. So they need professionalism as well.
Been watching your career for about a decade now. In the beginning, they like to pigeonhole you as a certain type of battler, a certain type of rapper. Oh, he's a puncher, he can't do this. Well, I watched you grow, and I don't know any aspect of battle rap that you ain't mastering by now. You got it all.
It hasn't been that.
It's like an all-star game watching you rap now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, what it was everybody can have an off night. In battle rap, your off night is now your narrative. I battled, Young Ill at an event that didn't go well. The event didn't go well. We battled as a favor to Smack because nobody else had showed up yet.
Okay.
So we do the battle, and the battle don't come out like it's supposed to be, and then it's JC's underwhelming on a big stage. The room was underwhelming. The event was underwhelming. We couldn't get people in. The police was outside. It was a bunch of, you know. So once I was able to knock that narrative off his ass, then it was okay. I honestly don't see anything JC can't do. He might not be able to. He might not be as funny as Clips or as angle savvy as T-Top, but he can make an angle and he can be funny with it, and he can, you know what I mean? Not to mention, when it comes to the aspect of battle rap, which is writing, I hold myself higher than anybody that stands in front of me.
Absolutely.
So I wouldn't play with it. I just wouldn't play with it. I take it serious, and of course you listen to the chirps and all the little bullshit people say what you can't do with you, and then you elevate. So that's the tip we on now. Now it's like, now you just gotta stop.
Previous event in Tampa, we were outside. I think it was day one, and yeah, it was day one. You were talking to Uncle Rob, and I was trying to get an interview afterwards, but I was mesmerized by something you said. You was feeling yourself. You got by your op. You know, you was it Charlie Clips at the time?
I think so, probably. Yeah.
You said you at the point of your career, you'll take on 2 MCs at one time.
Yeah.
You meant that wholeheartedly?
I really mean that. I did 3 battles in 8 days and 30 to everybody. So at this point where writing is not the point that I mean, of course you can always elevate your writing. You can always get better. But I'm at a point now where if I'm going to challenge myself, and I already feel like I'm the best at this writing part, then my challenges have to be personal.
Okay.
You know, Mike got bored with basketball and needed a personal challenge to make him want to play. Something like that. If I feel like if my worst night is not going to come at the hands of my opponent, I need to challenge myself and make sure and try to put myself in that position where I can reach a new height. Because if nobody else is challenging me to do it, then I got to be the one that challenge myself to do it. So that's all it is. It's just trying to be innovative and coming out with new ways to shock people, but noticing that my competition is not really pulling that out of me. So I'm just, you know what? Since you niggas can't see me on a one-on-one with 3 days prep, you know what? I'll take 2 of you niggas in one night. Try to knock me off that way.
Along those lines, if that idea, that concept were to be entertained by a league, a handicap match of sorts, you know what I mean? That's what they call it in wrestling. Would you do it against some mid-tiers? I hate using the tier thing.
Yeah.
Top tiers, or 2 strangers up and coming?
To be 100% honest, it wouldn't matter.
It wouldn't.
I would like for the people that I killed together to be linked. Even if I battle 3rd and then I battle 5th, or I battle first and I battle fourth, some shit like that. I battle 2 different people at the same night, 2 different times, 2 different whole battles. I would like for them to be linked to some kind of way. Okay. You know, because I play on that. You know, I just killed your man's an hour ago. It's your turn. You know, some type of shit like that. So, but yeah, you know, JC versus team such and such. I would definitely take that. I would definitely take that.
Have you heard the rumblings of a 36 rapper tournament? You weren't there last night. I'm gonna leave that alone for now. I'm gonna just let that play itself out.
You planted a seed, okay?
Yeah. But
yeah, that's crazy.
I'm sure. I believe Uncle Ra gonna be dropping the footage soon. I'm guessing he recorded something last night. I listened to the whole conversation as to speaking about URL, the direction they're going as far as recruiting. I don't know if it's new MCs. They're recruiting and scouting different regions to, I guess, to better the roster. And this, I don't know what type of course of time is going over, but it'll be a series of events. And most of them, I believe they say, will be 2-day events. And there's not going to be a lot of leniency towards like things like being late for the battle. You in the house and you and your ops supposed to go second, let's say. They ain't gonna be running around looking for you, the staff, for you to go 4th or 5th, and when you want it. You will be dropped, and you will have to face someone that you have not prepared for. They'll change your op in the middle, you know.
I'm with that, actually. I'm with that. It shows hunger, but it shows it on a whole new level that I don't think we've seen. Okay. And I think, you know, we had the PG era, we've had the, you know, rookies versus vets era.
It's the crucible. They starting with that.
And I think with that, with that, you want to introduce a new type of format. Yeah. You know, not everybody can.
Think it's healthy to.
You know, everybody's path ain't everybody's. Right. So, you know, you're not going to make it the way I made it. You know, so, and I'm not going to make it the way you made it. Everybody's story different. So, yeah, I think another opportunity or another way for people to prove themselves is definitely needed. You know, you look at the champion of the year, it got people into having more consistent performances to try to win that at the end of the year. So any incentive to make people step their game, I'm with it.
Last question. Your end game as far as battle rap's concerned, how long you want to stay in it? To what elevation do you want to get to?
I don't even have that plan, to be honest. You know,
in it right now and enjoying it right now?
Yeah, I'll leave. I'll be done with it when it's not fun no more. Okay. Because it's absolutely fun. So when it's not fun no more, I'll definitely be done with it. Definitely, because I'm an octopus when it comes to what I got my hands on. So I'm everywhere.
You say when it's not fun anymore. Do you believe in your heart of hearts that a lot of your peers that've been around for a while and accomplished a lot through battle rap, you think they're getting bored with it, upset with it, frustrated with it? It's not fun.
You get bored.
You don't have to name names, but do you feel like
you get bored with aspects of it? But what you don't get bored with is the end result. When you get on stage, there's nothing that competes with that. You can't even perform at a concert and it be, not saying it ain't better or worse, but it's nothing like a battle. Okay. And
the energy, the concentration,
not to say it's hard to get away from, but it's absolutely something that sticks with you.
The fans are holding on to you every word. They don't know your word already. In a concert, I know his lyrics. I know he's going to do the first 3 songs and blah, blah.
That mystery sticks with you. It's hard to let that go. It's, you know, you can do 3 albums and then you tell somebody you're going to do a battle and they're so interested in what you got lined up, what you're going to say. Right. This whole 9 minutes of what you're about to rap.
Look at this.
Even more
an interview in the airport with a regular artist that's a performer, rapping, you know what I mean, over beats. Nobody going to stop him and be like, hey, I want to have an interview about the concert coming up tonight. Well, just come to the concert. You're going to see what's going on. This is very unique.
That's absolutely what it needs to be now. It needs to be where you can still find your way to enjoy what you do, whether it's I ain't gonna say force, but whether it's you finding a way to enjoy it, or it just flat out still being the wave. You know, if it's the shit is still wavy, then you know, battle rap is still wavy. You know what I mean? But for other niggas who just doing it because they love to battle rap, I see it. I mean, I've been doing it for almost 10 years, and I do not see myself not battling, at least in the near future.
10 years ago, would you ever have thought, in hindsight, looking back now, that the bags are looking the way they are for those that deserve
or me battling?
Okay, yeah, all right. Let's go there.
My first battle was just JC, do you want to battle?
What was Poopy do?
Poopy do, nigga the yak, my nigga the yak.
Yeah, I loved him, man.
But Mac Myron, he wanted to do the battle. He just got out. Out the joint, we did the battle. That one battle got me on smack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then that battle, and us doing, and him setting that scene up in the yak, put a whole city of people onto something that they didn't really rock with, and they supported it 100%.
You and Ill Will just escalated Pontiac like this.
There you go.
To those that are not, geographically savvy, they didn't even know where Pontiac was. They knew there was a car, made through Pontiac. They knew there was cars made through, but they didn't know where it was at. They don't know nothing about them. They just know Detroit. That's it. They might have heard of Flint.
And now you got JC, Ill Will, and Mac Myron.
There you go.
And that's that rings almost like. It's almost like saying Thunderbird or something like this.
And y'all win a lot, like a lot. All three of y'all win a lot. Even when people call it debatable, it's really a win half the time.
It's them yak boys showing that.
Y'all ain't playing, bro. Do you ever lose, bro?
I try not to.
Even your debatable seem like a win.
I try
like every battle you ever had, I've never seen nobody clean 30, none of this.
My thing is I will always give a JC fan a reason to argue that he won the battle.
There you go.
That's my thing.
There you go. You always respect your craft. You don't come in with no half-ass shit.
If you voting for me, you think I'm gonna win, I will never let you down. I will always give you a reason to say no, he won that, and that's where it's at. My work ethic is always gonna be on 100.
I ain't gonna hold you up. Seriously, the last question. I hate asking this question, but I have to ask this question. Former battle rappers and industry rappers coming into battle rap in this decade. Do certain ones deserve a fair shot? I was there for the RBE joint, 40 cal. He did what he's supposed to do.
I think they all deserve a fair shot.
Okay.
Because simply like this, a lot of them is from New York, and coming up in New York to be a rapper, you have to battle.
Right.
So a lot of them come from what we're doing now. We revolutionized it and commercialized and put it on the main stage. They absolutely come from that. So
when we talking are we talking about industry rappers that have battle rap before this platform became what it was, like a 40 cal?
Or we
talking about
the essence of
spitters?
The sport.
Okay.
In the essence of the sport. Now being able to switch it up and put it on a big stage and perform in front of people, I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like most of them, I want the floodgates to open, but I want them to battle each other first. Because I call it fantasy battle rap forever. Like cats my age, like, what if Rakim battle KR's one? It's always a what if, but it's fantasy. It can possibly happen now. I would like them to enter in by battling someone of their stature, their background, and then slide in and battle the elite battle rappers with your second battle.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all.
It makes more sense to me. That's the way you feel.
I think that wouldn't be a bad idea at all. I
think battle rappers would accept them more instead of trashing. Oh, he ain't gonna do shit, but do what Cassidy did the second and third battle. But in all fairness, Cassidy did take out Disaster.
And I mean, and he wrote his This is the thing. When I told niggas Cassidy was ready, like Cassidy didn't show up and just grab a bag.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He didn't
Maybe
forget shit.
Underwhelming to niggas.
Yeah, it was underwhelming. It wasn't what they expected.
He showed up
but in his mind, he prepared.
Yeah, he didn't do well. That's another story. It's a million battle rappers that show up and don't do well.
Right. Right.
But to say he came and just grabbed the bag is disrespectful to him. He showed up and he brought what he had as his A game.
I respect that.
You know what I mean?
I respect that.
I think all battle rappers, if you were or are now, should get a fair shake on your return. You should absolutely either battle somebody you want to battle to get that rust off, or you should be able to get a big name if you want it, if you think you're ready. But because of where they come from, I think they deserve a fair shake. A lot of them been doing it before us.
Right. We
was watching them as industry rappers, not knowing that battle rap was in their background.
Do you think a lot of them waited too late? What I say by that, when they coming back at age 35,
well,
38.
Battle rap is just now what it is.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Let's say 40 cal is 36.
Okay.
You know. Could he have came back at 26 and it has still been the 40 cal that we know? 10 years ago was Summer Madness 2.
Right.
You know what I mean? All these joints. So, you know.
Maybe when it's time, it's just time.
Time is time. You know, and I think a lot of these returns got to be anticipated. A lot of times you can put somebody on the stage and niggas are backtracking and be like, why is he even out here? We didn't even care to see him. But the more people we see, the more interest we'll have in seeing others do it. So I think it's you know, to see them battle each other first wouldn't be a bad idea though. It would. I think they need something to knock the rust off, because what we do is a lot different than the way they started it.
Exactly.
They can adapt, but they just have to, you know, don't look at us like some little battle rap niggas.
In closing, female battle rap, sinking, or is it time for them to flourish?
I think they are flourishing. I think it's just not.
Or is it time for some new faces?
It might be that. I think that it's just they're not flourishing on their own platform the way they used to.
That's what I'm saying.
But the female battle rappers are flourishing. You know, I mean, official battle disaster.
I think that's the way it's going to have to happen. They're going to have to just be rappers and not female rappers, and also have Queen of the Ring and whatever battle leagues they want to.
Yeah, a lot of them can bang.
Yeah, let them assimilate right within.
That's rock. Yeah, I do think they doing their thing. They flourishing. I think a lot of people want to see them with their own brand, but I don't think it take away from the fact that they are actually out there flourishing.
Right.
If you look at female battle rap as a whole and start naming girls, they're successful. These are not just names of women that rap. They're successful. So it's flourishing. I don't know if it's the way they wanted it to flourish. Maybe they would have loved it, you know, to be on that brand battle or whatever. I don't know, but for the ones that are successful, I don't think they have any reason to be upset.
My man JC, definitely appreciate you being on Light Skin Television. Always give a great interview, brother. I appreciate you, man. Good luck in everything you do, bro.
Baby, keep it up.
Shalom, brother.
Yes, sir.